Growing up in a very blended family in a small town, you had all different types of personalities. You had happy folks, okay folks, hard workers, and even a couple of negative people. And I don't mean just in the immediate family, but in the extended family as well. And being in a small town, you just kind of thought, well, that's just the way that it is. You've got to deal with just some negative people, and that's just part of it. And you know what, they have a point of view too. Maybe you should listen to them, and maybe you'll adopt some of those same thoughts that they have. And then living in a small town through elementary and middle school, we call it junior high back then, and even in high school, I always kind of gravitated just toward the first person that was nice to me. And in a lot of cases that was just fine, but in a few cases I'd keep a friend or two around that, instead of saying they had a negative attitude, I would just say, well, they just, they're fun. They like to tell it like it is. They keep it real, so to speak. And that does bleed in to your own thoughts, your own feelings, and your own personality. And by the time I got out of high school, I was a good guy, but I was also a little snarky. Still can be sometimes. However, transition over to college. I go to a big college, MTSU. Lots of people to choose from. Made a bunch of good friends, didn't really keep too many negative ones around, and if they were there, you could always easily get away from them. So this was a good thing. However, as soon as I graduated, took my first job as with a Fortune 500. Even though it was a big company, I was in a very small group of people, and I went back to my old ways. Gravitated toward the first dude that was my age because nobody else was. And it was fine for a while, but this is also a person whose temperature ran hot. They seem to find ways to be upset or frustrated most of the time, have outbursts, but even turn on, me occasionally if I didn't go along with everything they liked or said. That was just something I put up with. And again, it kind of bled over to my feelings and my personality. Go to my second job, same thing. Big company, small group of people, gravitated again toward the first person that invited me to be part of their friendship, their group. Same thing. Negative, telling it like it is, hard to be around. So I finally got to a point now that I have, here at a college with, a good number of people, even if it's a smaller department or division, I don't have to do that anymore. And by have to, I didn't have to then. It's taken me years to figure out what negative influences do to my mindset, how I feel, how I think, how I react to my children, how I talk to my friends, my family. And that's something that we, as small business owners, need to be more conscious of probably than the average person out there. I said friends. It doesn't have to be friends. It could be family members, or more importantly, things we openly select. During the pandemic, I know this is not a cool thing to say, but it was one of the best times of my life. We had a very small circle of people. It was us and our neighbors. Great people, thank God. They were normal, happy, friendly, look for the positive side of things. And that was my circle. And during that time, I also vowed to quit watching the news like everybody else was doing because it wasn't good for me. Quit following anybody or anything social media, podcast wise, that was just looking for a fight, looking to be upset, looking to be a champion of the underdog, so to speak. So, as a business owner at this point, you want to take a look at who are the negative influences in your life. Are they bringing you up? Or are they bringing you down? And we can always make excuses for folks that we've had around for a long time, but we're grown-ups at this point. So, first and foremost, look at who your friends are or who you associate with. And you always hear your income is the equivalent of the 5 people you hang out with. I have no idea if anybody's ever mathed that out. Maybe it's true, but I can tell you for sure it's very true for your thoughts, feelings, and mindset. Do that for your current acquaintances, your business coach, your group of people you hang out with. Do it for your own employees, whoever else you have that you actively let into your life inside your business that you pay money to. Do it for your social media followings. If you have somebody online that's interesting, but they're usually creating a bunch of negative energy, you can unfollow those people, even if it's a cousin or a grandmother. Do the same for your intake of what you watch and what you listen to. And as for me, with the immediate or extended family, we don't get to see that much of them anymore. But now that I know how to interact with them, it's become a lot easier.